What's up, everybody? It's me again, Dylan, D-Man the Voice, that voice actor boy, the guy you may or may not know in real life, the guy who talks about stuff on the internet, the guy who judges Reddit posters, and Emma the Asshole posts. Hi, it's me. And we're going to be reading another one today, the second one in as many days. Oh my god, somebody stop me with all this time I have on my hands. Just kidding, I really don't have that much time. It's just I felt like I should get some more content out there for all you beautiful peoples. Like the dozens who listen to this. That's probably a huge overstatement. Dozens is definitely less than that. Anyway, this is one of my world famous I'm world famous if you didn't know, world famous two-parters, as in there's an initial Reddit post, and then there's an update, right? And this one, the title of this one is great. You're going to have to stay tuned to hear what that title is and the context of everything. I haven't read either of them, but the title is what really grabbed me. Anywhoosums, that's enough yammering from me. Again, can you tell I'm white? I've probably made that joke a million times, but I just said anywhoosums, so, it feels appropriate. Anyway, let go. Oakley dokley artichokely friendaroonies. Again, very white. Are you ready for this title? I don't think you are. Am I the asshole for not entertaining a girl who thinks I got her pregnant from, wait for it, fingering? What? She what? She thinks what? Sex ed, folks. This is why sex ed is important. This is why we need sex ed in schools. Because we got full-ass grown adults, full sexually active adults out there who think that you can get pregnant from a little two in the pink, one in the stink action. A little shocker action. People think you can get pregnant from a little over the clothes, under the undies, over the pants action. You know what I'm saying? Over the undies, under the pants. Wow, that'd be a real trick, wouldn't it? Anyway, you know what I'm saying? We got people running out here thinking that kissing gives you a baby bump. We got people out here thinking butt babies are real, right? We got people out here thinking, apparently, you can get pregnant from getting finger blasted. I mean, you got all these parents out here talking about, like, I don't want the schools teaching my kids about sex. Well, evidently you're not doing it, asshole, so someone has to. You know what I'm saying? That's my thing. If you as a parent, if you're not teaching your kids about proper sex education, sexual practices, education about all of that stuff, then somebody has to. So either you do it or let the schools do it. Okay? All right, let's get into the meat of this here post. Jesus. All right. I, 21 male, oh, he's young, went on like 2 dates with this girl, 18 female. Oh, she's so young and apparently so dumb. First date was all right, but I wasn't really feeling her. I mean, apparently you were feeling her, if you know what I'm saying. Anyway, I tried to end it with a kiss, and she told me she didn't know how to kiss. She Mormon? Or like Jehovah's or something? You know what I'm saying? Like one of them culty-ass religions that don't let their girls do, like, anything. That turned into me trying to teach her how to kiss. Yikes. And honestly, I should have known she was a bit too young for me right there. Yeah! I mean, I don't even know about young, because, like, the age gap is, like, what was it, like 3 years? 21, 18? That's not crazy. But the level of maturity and knowledge about sexual things is clearly not equal. So, you probably should have skedaddled after that one, young buck. But whatever, we ball. Should know she's a bit too young for me right there. I decided to give it one more shot. Second date, we went to the movies. She decided she wanted to help me out. Oh, really? She decided she wanted to help me out, quote unquote. I finished, all right, cleaned up, and then helped her out. Is that what the kids are calling it these days? Helping out? Jesus. That was it. No sex, not anything beyond that. I thought it was mutual that we weren't super into each other because neither of us reached out after. After a few days ago, she texted me saying her period is 3 weeks late and she's really scared. Oh, shit. She even sent me articles saying pregnancy can happen from fingering if there's somehow sperm involved. Okay, I told her to calm down, that it's super unlikely. 1, my hands didn't even touch my sperm. And 2, sperm cannot survive that long, and that was what I told her. Correct. I kinda left it at that. I thought it was pretty fucking funny that she actually thinks that she's pregnant. Now she keeps blowing up my phone. I've honestly started to ignore her. My friends think it's funny, but also say it's kinda messed up I'm ignoring her while she's scared. I tried to reassure her. I don't know what else I could do. Am I the asshole? I mean, no. I mean, Jesus. Like I said, there's an update, so we'll get to the update and see what happens after. But I'm gonna give my initial thoughts on this little. It's a shorter one, you know. It's not as long as some of the others, but it is a 2-parter, like I said. So we'll get into that in a minute. But like, I mean. I guess it can happen, or it has happened, you know, where it's like, y'all get into a little rub and tug action, the pants come off, what have you, maybe, you know, she's giving you a little jork, right, over the stomach shit, and I'm sorry, the podcast is marked as explicit for a reason, okay, but like, give him a little jork, right, onto the stomach region, and maybe he gives her a little airstrike, and one of the old soldiers finds his way into one of the interlying regions, you know what I'm saying, like, that, I suppose that, wasn't there an episode of Scrubs about that exact situation, you know, and that shit was about doctors, so I guess it can happen. I don't know. I've never heard of it happening. Of course, I haven't really done much research on the subject of accidental finger bang babies, but, you know, it could happen, I suppose. He said that she jorked him, right, and then he blasted her, right, so maybe there was some cross-contamination. However, it seems exceptionally unlikely. You know what I'm saying? Like, so unlikely. Like, there's a non-zero chance that I guess, but like, it's like a 0.000000012 chance that happened, you know? Like, if that is what happened, you might be the only people on God's green earth that has happened to. You know what I'm saying? And at that point, right, if they did get her pregnant from some shit, just fuck at that point, right? Like, just let's do the damn thing proper then at that point, because, like, imagine having a whole kid and you didn't even get laid. God, what a tragedy, right? Jesus Christ. But like I said, I mean, it's exceptionally unlikely. This girl seems woefully uneducated in terms of sexual conduct and the way that sex works, the way babies are made and shit. I don't know what articles she's reading exactly, and her being late on her period, honestly, given how educated she isn't, I'm not even fully certain she is later on her period. She probably doesn't even know when her period is, given her level of apparent knowledge on these topics. But, I mean, it's also entirely possible maybe she is a secret whore and she had sex with someone else and trying to pawn it off on this guy. I don't know. All likelihood, she's probably just not pregnant and her period is being wonky. It fucking happens sometimes, you know? I'm not a doctor or a woman, so I can't really speak to the ins and outs, the minutia of the way periods operate, but I know that sometimes, you know, they move around, they shift around, things happen in certain ways, you know, women sync up with each other or whatever, and sometimes they happen one week and not another week, whatever, you know, some women have heavy flow, some have not so heavy, some people don't, women don't have them at all, right? Like, it's all over the goddamn place. So, like, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that just not having it for when you expect to have it does not mean that you're pregnant. You know what I'm saying? If only there was some sort of, I don't know, test, right, to determine pregnancy. Somebody should really invent that. You know what I mean? Someone should really, get in the old brain noggin, the old mind palace, right, and just mull around some ideas and come up with something to where people can tell if they're pregnant with a simple test. Maybe something along the lines of like, I don't know, like something that looks like a tongue depressor, but instead of putting it in your mouth, you piss on it, right? Like, I don't know, it sounds crazy, right? It sounds science fiction, I know, but like something like that, you know what I mean? And then maybe after that, someone could come up with a test that looks eerily similar, except for you don't piss on that one, you stick that one up your fucking nose, and it tells you whether or not you're gonna die, right? And then maybe that could lead to some sort of global crisis that could then have a crazy butterfly effect that leads us into the current state of the way the world is today. You know, an actual living hellscape. So to sum up, pregnancy tests cause the apocalypse. Anyway, let's go into the update. Now that I've gone on a crazy rant about nothing burgers. Nothing burgers. I don't know what's going on with me. I'm in one of those days today where I just be saying shit. It's okay, folks. It's not that serious. Alright, here's the update. It's a little shorter, so hopefully we'll get something. This title still gets me. Thinks I got her pregnant from fingering. Jesus Christ. Alright, let's go. I took the most popular piece of advice from my original post, and that was to have her take a pregnancy test. Yeah, no fucking shit. Like, no fucking shit, dog. Like, that should have been, how was that not your first thought? Like, how was it when she came to you with the, I think you got me pregnant from finger basting? Why was your first thought not, well, damn, 1, bitch, that's crazy, 2, let's take a pregnancy test so we can prove it? Like, that would have been my first fucking thing. I'd have been like, you know what? That's a really stupid fucking thing you just said. But just so I can have you leave me the fuck alone, let's go. I'll go spend the $20, whatever the fuck it is, for a pregnancy test. I don't know, and we'll there you go. I've never gotten a girl pregnant on accident, right, or at all. So I don't actually know how much pregnancy test costs because I'm not a fucking delinquent that doesn't know how to wrap it up. Anyway, we ball. I decided to text her back. I apologized for ignoring her. You shouldn't apologize for ignoring her. She's really fucking stupid. We met up. I bought her 2 pregnancy tests. Ooh, 2 of them. Double your pleasure. She took them inside the bathroom of the pharmacy we bought them from. Damn, she did that shit inside the pharmacy? Alright. I waited outside the bathroom and let her do her thing. After she was done, she asked me to come inside. I mean, you know what I mean? I mean, you should have come inside, if you're going to go through all this hassle anyway. At least you could have done is come inside. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, and we waited for the results. Now, we're waiting for the results. It's been almost 10 minutes, and the test is still blank. She's looking at the test, wondering why there's no results. And then she's like, I think I took it wrong. I asked what she meant, because how do you take a pregnancy test wrong? And she said she forgot to take the white cap off the part you pee on, I guess. Come on! Come on! This can't be real! She told me she didn't have to pee anymore and she would just take them when she got home. I said okay, and I drove her home. 2 hours later, she sent me pictures, and just like I expected, they both came back negative. I responded with, oh, okay, good. And she liked the message, so I think we're on the same page about not communicating anymore. So yeah, she's not pregnant. Really? Wow, who could have seen that coming, huh? Wow, damn, what an unforeseen turn of events. Fucking, I could have guessed. I could have guessed that this bitch would take the pregnancy test wrong. This bitch wouldn't take the instructions are on the box. Come on, dude. What are we doing? What are we doing here, folks? Like, they're on the box. What do you mean you forgot to take the cap off? I'm glad she fucking figured it out later, but like, Jesus. But again, a girl who thinks she got pregnant from finger banging is it tracks. It tracks that she would forget that she will not forget, but wouldn't take the cap off the goddamn pregnancy test before she pissed on it. It makes sense. She is the type of bitch who would think that just pissing on plastic would tell you if you're pregnant or not. Jesus fucking Christ. I just listen. People are different, right? People have different levels of education, exposure to the world, base level intelligence, right? Just because somebody hasn't experienced as much life as someone else doesn't mean they're dumb. It may mean they're ignorant, right? Because being ignorant and being dumb aren't the same thing. Being ignorant means you just don't know something, which everybody doesn't know it till they know it. You know what I mean? So everyone's ignorant at some point to whatever. Everyone's ignorant to something, which is, life. Because nobody knows everything. But there's a difference between being ignorant and being fucking stupid, right? Lacking critical thinking skills, lacking proper just reasoning ability, common sense shit, right? Like, I understand this girl hasn't never taken a pregnancy test before, right? Clearly. But like I said, the instructions are on the box, bitch. Like, you don't have to have taken a pregnancy test before to know how to read, right? Like, see, these are the fucking people that be getting pregnant. I mean, not that she is pregnant, but these are the fucking people that be having kids, right? These are the fucking people that be polluting the gene pool with their stupidity, right? It's always the fucking lowest common denominator, the stupidest fucking people that are having fucking hordes of kids. It's never the Nobel Peace Prize winners, it's never the fucking laureates, right? It's never the magna cum laudes. Fucking, it's never the even someone like me who doesn't have any of those accolades, but god damn it, I'm smart. I've taken the tests. I got high numbers and shit. But like, people will sometimes be like, well, swearing as much as you do is a sign of low intelligence. You know what I say to that? Fuck you, right? Like, fuck you, because, I'm smart and shit. I just happen to also swear and shit, but I'm fucking smart, right? And, like, and being smart isn't all there is, right? Being smart isn't, like, there are plenty of people that you wouldn't consider, like, smart, quote-unquote, like, book smart or whatever smart, that are smart in other ways that you wouldn't expect, Like, say, street smarts or whatever, smart in the ways of the world. Maybe they don't, they're not gonna, cure cancer, but they know things that person who cures cancer would never know. You know what I'm saying? There's different kinds of intelligence. But what I'm talking about is people that just lack critical thinking skills. Right, they're like critical thinking and reasoning skills, like this girl here, right? Because, like, you don't have to have ever had sex before to know that you can't get pregnant from being finger blasted. One Google search will tell you that. Not even, though, because she did Google search, and, like, it'll tell you some crazy nonsense shit. This is why you gotta talk to your parents, right? She's 18, she probably has parents. Like, you gotta talk to your parents, or talk to somebody who knows, somebody who has had sex, right? Like, it doesn't take that much education or knowledge to know that you can't get pregnant from just growing up in the world we've grown up in. You can't tell me you were never exposed to the fact of how babies were made. Like, come on, man. A fucking movie could teach you that shit. But then to go from that level of dumbassery to this next level of dumbassery where she took the pregnancy test and forgot to take the goddamn cap off the applicator. Like, come on, dude. The instructions are on the box. Jesus. Anyway, all this hee and ha-ha and fee and fa-fo, whatever the hell I'm doing, just yelling and whatnot, is giving me a goddamn headache. I'm also in the studio right now, surrounded by heat and whatever. Like, it's fucking hot. It's fucking hot out here in America, right? All over the goddamn states. And I'm here in a hot box, sweating my titties off, getting a headache, listening to this nonsense. So I'm going to go ahead and end this part of it now, and then go into the end part of it now. Okay? Okay. Alright, people. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out with me. Check out, y'all like anime, right? Y'all like anime? Check out the Annie Shorts app, right? Check it out. Check out the Annie Short app. It is an app kind of like TikTok or whatever, but it's all short form anime content, from all over, Japanese stuff, Chinese stuff, whatever. It's all short form, anime. Donghua is what it's called if it's Chinese, but anyway, the reason I'm plugging it is because I'm on it, right? I voice, if you listen to the stuff on there, I am on it. You will hear my voice all over that goddamn shit. I am in a lot of things on that app. I'm in a lot of those animes, some small characters, some big characters. I change my voice a lot. If you've listened to me for a long time, you know that I have the ability to change what my voice sounds like with a pretty convincing degree. So I'm all over the place. Go give that app some love. Give the show some love. Follow your boy on the socials and whatnot as I rise to prominence and become the next, famous voice actor, I guess. I was going to name drop voice actors, but I'm not going to try and put myself in that air anywhere near it anytime soon. Okay? Like, obviously that's the goal, but like, that's aspirations. That's not reality. At least not at this point. You know what I'm saying? But we all got to have dreams, right? Anyway, that's enough of me plugging myself. Ayo. And let's plug you guys instead. I'm just kidding. Unless you want me to. Anyway, we're going to get into the special message now. Probably going to be kind of short because I've done a lot of talking already. And like I said, I'm getting a fucking headache. So, with all that being said, it's time for the special message, everybody. And today's special message, educate your kids, right? Like, educate your kids or allow the schools to do so, right? Because this has been, I kind of talked about it at, like, the beginning of whatever, the recording, the podcast. But, like, sex ed is important, right? All jokes aside, it is very important that, like, I made a lot of jokes about this dumbass bitch's expense. But, like, it is important, actually. Like, sex ed is important. And so whether you are the one, as a parent, teaching your kids about the ins and outs, of sex and, what all that entails, everything that comes with it, not just the physical acts and stuff, but just, like, all the education around it, right? How it works, the feelings that are entailed, the diseases you can get, the consequences of things, what safe sex looks like, right? Things like that, just if you're not the one educating your kids on proper practices, then you have to let someone else do it, right? Because if you're not comfortable talking about that shit, I mean, honestly, I think you need to grow up because, like, everyone needs to know about this stuff, and it should be your job as a parent to teach your kids. And I get that this can be kind of awkward. It can feel awkward and make people uncomfortable, whatever, but they are necessary conversations to have. So as a parent, you should be the one talking to your kids about these things. But if you just can't bring yourself to have an adult conversation with your kids about proper practices in terms of sexual experiences and all that, then let someone who is educated do it. Let someone who's not going to be weird about it do it. Let the schools do it, right? And if you're not confident in letting the schools do it, then you need to do it. I'm saying, like, these are really our only options, okay? Because here are the three options when it comes to sex education, right? You do it. You do it, the schools do it, or the kids, is what I was going to say, learn on their own. And I think we can all agree that that third option is not a good idea, right? Okay? Because if you got all these sexually active, you got kids, right? They're little kids, and they grow up, start becoming sexually active teenagers and shit, because that shit happens all the goddamn time everywhere. And they have no education about it, right? They have no knowledge about it. They have no knowledge not just about the physical stuff, the physical act of sex and what it all entails, but, like, the emotional stuff, the stuff to look out for so they're not, like, manipulated into sexual scenarios they don't want to be in. Things like that, right? All that stuff that comes with it. So if you're not the one educating, you're not allowing anyone else to do it, then these kids, they're not just going to live in a vacuum their entire life. They're going to go out into the world. They're going to experience this stuff for themselves, and they're going to do so woefully ill-equipped to deal with these scenarios. Okay? That's how you get teen pregnancies. Okay? That's how you get your kids in abusive situations. Okay? That's how you wind up with, kids being assaulted. Not that education prevents you from being assaulted, but you know what I'm saying. That's how you wind up with your kids being, like I said, being in bad situations with people that treat them horribly because they were never taught what to look for or how to fend for themselves or how to, take care of themselves. You got, like I said, you got teen pregnancies because they were never taught on how all this shit works, right? So either you do it, you let the schools do it, or you let the world do it, right? Like, and I think we can all agree that the letting the world do it, letting just experience take the wheel for these kids as they go into their teens and adulthood and they started having sexual experiences, right? We can all agree that if they're going out into those scenarios with no education, with no preparedness whatsoever, that is a recipe for fucking disaster, right? So, in conclusion, nut up, right? Cowboy, cowgirl, cow parent up, right? And educate your fucking kids on these topics. I don't care how uncomfortable it makes you, okay? You need to do it, or let somebody else do it who is educated and can teach them proper practices, okay? Otherwise, have fun being a grandma at 30. You know what I'm saying? Okay? Anyway, that's all I got. Thanks for hanging out. If you don't like how judgmental and all that I sound, holy shit, listen to someone else. I don't care. Okay? This is what I do. I talk. I voice opinions. I say things. You don't have to agree with it. It's now skin off my ass. All right? All right. In conclusion, stay safe out there, folks. Yeah.